think you're here for the tour. So I think we're going to get started right here. So you've seen our door. You come in, and this is a bit of a messy area where we usually put our backpacks for work because we can just grab them and leave. So there's not much space around here, so we basically just chuck everything in. We've got a nice little shelf here where we can put our shoes and set of keys and a bunch of books. This shelf is actually such a good find because we found that on the side of the road. Completely free, completely nice and in perfect condition. And yeah, we just thought, hey, may as well take it with us. And with this beautiful shelf came the couch, which is just a few feet away in our little living area. It's nice and cozy. So this couch came as like two kind of like seats that you can push together, and they've got like big cushions where you can sit on really nice and comfortable. And yeah, so this couch and this shelf, they were both set out on the side of the road together because people just wanted to get rid of it. So I don't know what's happening in this society, but lucky for us because we just got full furniture for free. We just got a few of our pillows that, like, I think these ones we just bought from Kmart. They were pretty cheap. And things like this blanket, for example, we got from an op shop for like a couple of bucks. So that was not expensive at all. And some other things that we see in this area are these, I don't know how you call them, rattan, wooden woven kind of seats. There's like two here and then two on the other side. And funny enough, we got them for free too, because in the old place where we lived was kind of like a rich neighborhood, and our next door neighbors opposite of our house, they did a renovation of the house. I think they were just flipping houses as a job, and they had a big container outside, like a big skip basically, to just chuck everything in that they didn't want. And some of these seats still had tags on them, and we looked them up later on. It was like one night after work, me and Presley, we just went dumpster diving into their container and just got all of them for, because they look so neat. They're perfect. They're basically unused. And yeah, they're from IKEA originally, and I think we looked them up and they were like about 40 bucks each. So that would have cost us more than $100, and we got it for free. We got a little bit of an additional seat here, which is just a bean bag covered by a few blankets. We got that one from an op shop too, because this is what we do. We just mainly shop secondhand now, and we love it. So yeah, this mostly never gets used because we're only 3 people in this house. I mean, me, Presley, and our friend Grace, which you've probably seen all of them faces if you watch my vlogs. And yeah, so we basically all fit on this couch, but if we needed some extra space, we could definitely use that area as well. So we've got some nice plants going on here, and then if we move over a little bit, we've got a very professionally set up Christmas tree for this year that, I don't know, is kind of channeling the Bee Gees, if you ask me. Yeah, it's sitting on top of these cushions as well, and apparently this year we're gonna do it the British way and display all the Christmas presents before the 24th. I am originally from Germany, and we don't do that until the 24th, kind of like afternoon, evening time. And I feel like it ruins the magic a bit when you don't expect Santa or the Christkind in German to come deliver the presents, but
yeah, but he still comes. This
Well-
is just from your parents and friends, these that you see out
I
there.
don't get the concept, but this is how we're gonna do it this year. Anyway, we got this poorly looking guy from our local thrift shop as well. This was only $3 and the decorations, like these little ornaments, they were $1. This is so good because people are donating so much stuff in Australia. The Christmas stuff is insane, and the nice ladies from the op shop usually they zip it up in like a plastic bag, just like a bunch of ornaments together, and they sell it for $1 or $2, which is so good for the budget. And since we're all not residents in Australia, we kind of still move around a lot, so it's not really practical for us to go full in, unfortunately, with all the Christmas decorations. So whenever we get a chance to just get a little bit here and there from the op shops, we definitely go for it. Alright, so you've seen this kind of area. We've got a few pictures on. This one's actually not straight at all. I don't know what happened here. Oh boy. Oh no. I'll fix that later. This was like a paint by numbers, both done by Grace. It looks super professional. It is paint by numbers. The same with this koala actually. This is all Grace's paint by numbers artwork. And I think this adds like a nice hippie, boho kind of vibe to a minimalistic apartment. Alright, we're gonna just slightly turn, and I'm not really sure what's really inside this little cabinet, I think.
Hot press electric.
Stuff that you don't really ever want to deal with, basically. We just got a few coat hangers here, and then this little guy. I think this is like the Hemnes kind of nightstand from IKEA too. By the looks of it, we got that from an op shop too, and I think this was $5. So such a good deal. Same with the salt lamp. I think we got that for $10. All second hand. So honestly, everything in this room here is basically thrifted. And it just adds like such a nice, cozy flair to the room, especially at night. Alright, let's go a bit further to like the kitchen area. I'm gonna finish this room in a bit, but I think maybe we'll just go around in a circle. The kitchen is very small, but kind of nice and modern. If you come a bit closer. Also, if you're hearing a bit of background noise, that's because it's bucketing it down at the minute. It's like summer in Queensland, which is apparently rainy season. So yeah, we're dealing with a lot of rain this year, which is good because Australia really needs rain. Moving on, this is kind of like our entrance to the kitchen. We've got a really, really nice second-hand fridge for about $100, which has enough space for all of us three. It's got like a freezer compartment and normal fridge. And I'm not going to show you what it looks like inside because it's quite messy, and this might be a topic for another video. Then if you go around the corner, it's also very messy, but I thought I'd keep it real. This is some sort of like our recycling station. We've got cardboard here and basically like bottles and plastic stuff over there. We don't, unfortunately, have any recycling facilities at this kind of apartment complex, but there's like a recycling center quite close by, so we thought may as well not be environmental villains and just take our recycling rubbish to the center so it doesn't end up in landfill. So this is why it's quite messy, but who cares? Then we've got a nice little oven and stove tops. Does the job, nothing fancy. But yeah, I think it can get quite crowded if we're all cooking at the same time. But this rarely happens because we just got like different schedules for like from work and stuff. So it's mostly just me and Presley cooking, and then at some point later or earlier it's Grace cooking. So it definitely works out just fine. Then over here we've got our little tea station and our blender, so just basically the essentials. And yeah, just like a normal sink, which still needs to be cleaned a little bit because there's dirty dishes inside right now. And yeah, if you look outside, this is a little bit of a sneak peek of the outside of the apartment. It's quite tropical, and yeah, it's really nice. Like, we've got a pool right outside, and it's usually really nice to dip in when it's not raining. We've also got this little kitchen island / dining table because we've got limited space here. So we decided when we moved in that we're not going to put a ginormous dining table in this apartment because we're quite low-key and simple people, so we're happy to just have our meals here because it may as well serve as a dining table. And yeah, we cook our stuff here, chop stuff up, and then you can sit on the other side, have a cup of tea, watch the other person cook if you're lucky. And yeah, it works out perfectly because we found these nice little chairs. I mean, they're not really my kind of style, but they're super comfortable, and I love that you can just swing around in them. We get them for a couple of dollars, like $4 or something each at our local op shop, which was basically the same day as we got the knife cupboard. And yeah, super comfortable, super nice. I wish we had a third one because that would have been even nicer for all of us three. But as I said before, we've got different schedules, so we're mostly not in each other's way. If we're quickly moving on to like this kind of area, which is basically Grace's artistic music area. Usually her guitar is like leaning against the wall, and she's just diddly-dabbly doodling in here. She's got all of her like lyrics and chords here and all of that technical equipment because she is starting to get a few gigs here and there, and I'm super proud of her for getting to that point. So yeah, she definitely needs a little bit of space to practice and just, you know, like a vibe. So yeah, I'm happy to give her that little corner just to herself. If we're turning around a little bit, then we've got our little terrace / balcony. It's a bit weird, this construct, because when you drive into the gate, you kind of park on the ground level and then you go up the stairs. So technically we're on the first floor here, but as you're looking outside, this kind of also looks like the ground floor. There's just like, I don't know, everything's like elevated and it's kind of trippy when you think about it. But anyways, we've got this little terrace. It's quite messy at the minute because Grace just came back from a festival and we're just like washing our clothes, and then we kind of DIY'd a washing line from like one of the trees here to one of our hooks that was already on the roof. And yeah, the only bad thing really is that it unfortunately rains nearly every day now, and it's quite a challenge to get our clothes to a dry state. But that's just one of those. So yeah, we've got a couple of plants going on there, and then around the corner I'm growing some vegetables, which I'm not going to show you right now. And yeah, this is basically our whole living area. Now if you follow me around, we can find like our bedrooms and the bathroom. So I'll just start with the bathroom because it's just like the first door. So you just come in, you've got a giant mirror, hello, and it's fairly small, but it does the job. So if you go around the corner a little bit, you've got a washing machine, which we also had to buy because this apartment was completely empty. But we got a good deal. I think we bought it for like under $100, and if you divide that by 3 people, it's basically nothing. And it I'm sorry, it's been working really well for us. We're doing cold washes only at the minute because it's a bit more environmentally friendly. And yeah, been going fine so far. Other than that, there's a toilet in here obviously, and like a really small shower. I'm not sure if you can tell through the camera, but if I'm standing inside and I'm like washing my hair, I could technically like not even fully spread out because it's honestly so small. Gone are the days of a couple showers. that's for sure. But yeah, again, it does the job, so I'm not really complaining. We've also got like a nice little windowsill. We painted old chopped tomato tins that I stole from work because they would have ended up in landfill, and I thought, oh, we are in desperate need for some plant pots, but they're super expensive, so may as well upcycle a few tins. And yeah, we've painted them. I put some palm trees on them here. I think Grace has painted boobs and Presley painted a volcano. And yeah, we just saw some toilet roll over there, super vibey. And we've got a giant jar of coconut oil for every purpose. And then here we've got a small sink, which is like, this side is me and Presley's stuff, and this is Grace's stuff. And it actually looks really tidy for once, and I didn't even have to do anything to it. For some reason, this roof is lower than every roof in this apartment, or like in this like other rooms, and I can just touch the roof, which is super weird. I don't know why it's that low.
You're so tall.
No, because if you go like up here, like there's no way I can reach it. So I don't get why the bathroom is like that. But here we are. So if we just turn around a little bit, we've got the bathroom here. And then the next room will be Grace's room, which we're obviously just gonna peek in a little bit. It's also very small, but I think, yeah, this is more like for small families. So like this will just be like the kids' room. The bed basically takes up all the space, and you've got a bit of room for a nightstand, and then the windowsill. And then if you just quickly come inside here, you've got a small wardrobe which is built in, which is quite nice. But yeah, there's not a lot more room to work with. I mean, this is kind of like the only space that you have.
Well, she has up the side of the beds too.
It's kind of enough. We're not spending too much time in the bedrooms anyway, so it's fine. So the last room, actually that's a lie, we've got a little bit of a storage area right here, which is not to be mistaken with another room, where we just store like excess bed sheets and towels and just everything that doesn't fit in any other categories. That just saves a bit of space there because it's all built in. And then right next door is our room, which is going to be the last room of this tour. Come on in. It's only a little bit bigger than Grace's room, but it does the job. We just recently moved the bed because it used to be like right against this wall, and for some reason the chi was not flowing for me, and I was not happy, even though we had more space that way. But I'd rather have less space and just have the bed kind of as the centerpiece of the room, and just be able to get off or like out of the bed from both sides. It's just, I don't know, it's nice, it feels better.
I'm not waking you up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly, you can just go from one side, I'll go from the other, and it just works out better, especially when there's two people sharing the bed. So yeah, nothing much going on because I don't think we're allowed to really hang stuff up on the walls. So there was just like one pre-drilled in hook kind of, and that's where we hung our picture that like I painted a while ago in our old place. And we got this nightstand from a yard sale, I think. That was like a yard sale for $10, I think. The salt lamp we've had for ages now. And I don't know if you've seen this little seat, but this seat was free because that night when we went dumpster diving in our neighbor's skip, we got that one out of there too. So another free piece of this beautiful apartment. And
bed's free?
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. The bed is Grace's old bed. So the place where we lived before was a house, and the guy was moving out. The house has been sold, and he said we could take one of the beds. And because we were sleeping in quite like a chunky and heavy bed, this was just easier, the one that Grace was sleeping on, because you can obviously disassemble and then assemble it again. So yeah, we got the bed for free with the mattress and the mattress topper, so that's quite nice and comfy. And yeah, everything that's happening other than that is another built-in wardrobe, which is not very exciting. And we've got a little shelf if you come around here through this little track. This one I've got from Facebook Marketplace, and I think I got it for like $20, so not a lot anyway. And yeah, it was supposed to be like really minimalistic, like just a few pieces, but now that we've probably like super settled in, we just keep adding stuff to it, and it's getting a bit cluttered now, but we're trying to keep it as neat as possible. And we've also got like a quite nice selection of Polaroids going on of just like the last couple of years, and it's really nice. And then the only other thing that's happening is our little balcony. I've made a few plant hangers with just some like rope, very easy. And also this little, I don't know if you can see it, chimes out of shells that we found on the beach. And even though we don't use this balcony really, we are definitely enjoying the view. I think whenever we like sit on the bed or like watch something, read a book, or just gaze outside, it's a really nice view. I think this would be it. There's not much else to show you. It's quite a small apartment, but it's definitely such a nice space. Like, it's turning into a really nice sanctuary for all of us three, and it's definitely nice to not live with someone that we don't want to live with anymore. We're all paying like $500 now for this apartment weekly, because in Australia you usually do it on a weekly basis. And yeah, so this is what you can get for $500. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour. There's obviously a few more things that we're going to add here and there, but all in all it's going to be looking like this for the next few months. That's definitely enough time to make this our nice little home for a while.